Hello there, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your October Path of True Love reading for October 2019. Yeah, we're not talking about next year or last year, or what do you know, time traveling as we are. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. The professional witch, the professional intuitive. This is my life. Welcome to it. And so we're going to have a look at yours. We're doing things a little bit differently than last month and the month prior because, you know, my prayer is always let this be the best thing that I have ever done, not that I will ever do. That leaves it open-ended with plenty of room for incremental evolution. It's a prayer I recommend for anything that you're doing, just even day to day. So we are doing a past, present, future this time around. I know, I was a little surprised by that, considering how my guides are fifth dimension and above. Usually they want to see it from the place that there is no time, but they want to do it this way, and Lord knows I do that for myself privately, so why not? All the decks that I'm using are at the bottom of the description box below. All my info is in there. If you would like a private reading, you want to tip me, I've got a PayPal me. I did the paperwork, right? Check out my website, though. There's a lot of cool stuff on there in my store and just in general. Cool. All right, so we're going to do this, and there's a surprise at the end. I know, like, Aquarius and Pisces are the last two signs, so chances are you already know what the surprise is, but maybe if you're a first-timer, by the way, welcome back, my subscribers. Thank you so much, my subscribers. I love you all so much. But for the new people, you might want to go have a look at September, moving into this October one, just to have a look-see for some continuity. And remember, if it doesn't feel right, it's not your read. I am reading hundreds of thousands of people in this, let alone Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign collective. So just take it easy. You don't got to remember anything. Just let it wash through you. And like if it resonates. Just hit like and subscribe if you're consistently resonating with my work, because that means you're the people I'm here to serve. Cool. Virgo that I am. Let's dive in. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please, what is the dominant archetype for this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for October 2019? What is the soul power that they are alchemizing from lead to gold on the path of true love for October? All right, the beggar. You know, nobody likes getting the beggar, but it's actually a very, very powerful archetype. Well, all archetypes are powerful. So don't click off just yet. Just know that there's big, important, powerful alchemy here. And I'm going to read it to you right now so that you can kind of get it. Now, every archetype is light and shadow. I just like calling it gold and lead. So we're going to start with the gold so that you get where you're headed, what power is being developed in you, and then we will look at the shadow, the lead itself, right? That must be transformed and alchemized. The beggar, light attribute, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Do you know, I could spend an hour talking about that alone. Look, a lot of us are dealing with physical survival issues. Have you noticed the world, what it's going through right now? I mean, even if you're not under direct threat, just that feeling of the old being destroyed so quickly that we can really go into survival issue stuff. It's just how it is, and particularly in relationships, right? So that second part of that awakens the spiritual authority, that you have a spiritual authority of humility, knowing that you don't know. Humility is like, I don't know how I got here. I mean, I guess I could look for my mistakes, my errors, all that stuff, but ultimately, if you're walking a spiritual path, you didn't do anything wrong. This is just part of the spiritual path. Somehow this is happening for you, not to you. And then what's the next power of spiritual authority? Compassion and self-esteem. So compassion to say, look, I did my best and this is what I'm going through right now. Let me be compassionate with myself, right? And self-esteem. I'm doing the best that I can. Not perfect all the time, who is, right? Huge opportunity in a relationship. This feels a little twin flamey already, but we'll see. But now let's look at the shadow side, which you're going to fucking hate because you're supposed to not be, yay, for the shadow side. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Now, I have to say, for an Aquarian, I don't know many Aquarians like that. I've got a nice handful of Aquarian friends, you freaks that you are. I love you so much. Really, everything from computer text to mediums and everything in between. So perhaps this isn't you necessarily as the beggar, but is it eliciting compassion from you and humility to one who is begging, even if that's not you, right? We shall see. Let's start building the timeline. We're going to go past, present, future. We're going to start with the angel for the past, where you've been on the path of true love, the daughters of the moon tarot for the present, where you are on the path of true love, and the Chuck Spezzano love cards, and a Melchior kitty. You want to sit down? You can sit down. Just don't sit on the cell phone, honey. You end up calling your home planet, and they charge for that. Let's do this. My angels, please, one card for this Aquarian collective. Sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Where have they been on the path of true love? This Aquarian dealing with the beggar archetype. Signs. Okay, so where you've been on the path, the signs, the omens, the overheard conversations, the songs on the radio, not coincidence, synchronicity. Same time. Synchronos. Same time. It's pretty clear. We are going to build a second and third line. So let's just keep going with the past, present, future here. My gods, Athena in particular, you who sits in the throne of Aquarius along with Heracles, please, the two of you, one card of clarity for this Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for October 2019. Please, a clue where they are now on the path of true love. Oh, Four of Pentacles, security, so your own stability. You're filling your own jug, so it were, from the well that does not deplete, right? That sense of security. I've got this. Yeah, I know a lot of other decks it's holding on because, you know, lighter weight. But this just feels so much more organic, so much more a stable place where you are right now. And fours are about rest, right? So it is that thing of, I've got what I need right now, at least physically. So that's why I'm even going to say that in terms of physical survival, I don't know that this beggar is you, although there is something to be said about emotional survival, mental survival, spiritual survival. But with the signs in the past, and now you're in this place of the Four of Pentacles, security, not just stability, security, feeling secure with what you have, where you are, a stable foundation. So now let's look at where you're going, right? My masters, please, one card of clarity for this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love relative to October 2019. Where are they going on the path of true love? Loss. Now, look, everybody's getting hit with loss right now, and when are we ever not, right? Gain and loss, gain and loss. Well, I'm going to tell you something that I learned. I need a sip for this. Actually went to Starbucks today and took it home and poured it in my wonder mug. Gain and loss happens. Right now I'm doing this right after Mabon, right? Autumnal equinox, the day after Tuesday. And we've got dark moon coming in the next 3 days, getting for the new moon, I believe, on Saturday, right? Gain and loss is not our fault. It's just part of the path, right? That sometimes you gain things that you don't want, right? So gain and loss in and of itself, it's subjective, right? You can lose something that you wanted to get rid of, like a pain in the ass, right? Lose them. So let's not just jump to conclusions on here, because really with that beggar, that might be your reaction to this card instantaneously. Oh no, lost, quick, click off, thumbs down, unsubscribe, you know? Well, you're Aquarians. Usually you're less jumpy than that. So just know with that card of loss, yes, something is going to be lost. There's going to be some loss, but loss is one of the ego wounds we all have. Abuse, neglect, codependence, loss. Maybe you weren't abused. Maybe you weren't neglected. Maybe you were never codependent. Said nobody ever. Not just about you, all of us, right? If you grew up in the Western society, if you grew up on the Western and Northern Hemisphere, chances are you got some codependence going on. But loss doesn't matter where you incarnate, when you incarnate, what you incarnate as. Everybody experiences the wounds of loss, because how many of us were trained how to deal with loss wisely and well? No one I know. Learning curve, right? That's the evolution of consciousness. So for a first line down, in the past, relative to October, the signs. You followed the signs. You did the best you could. And yes, you got to this stable place of security. But then with that loss of some kind, let's not identify it as loss of security just yet. And that's why I use the different decks that I do, that they can contraindicate, bounce off of each other, but that also we get deeper multi-dimensional levels, right? So we got the angels, the gods, and the masters. Let's clarify, pardon me, this card of signs with the daughter of the moon tarot. Please, my gods, Athena and Heracles, please. One card of clarity for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign on the path of true love relative to October 2019. Where have they been on the path considering this card of signs and the beggar archetype? Well, there we go, the Cancerian card. Now, I did a video, was it last week or the week before? I try and do these little clarifying videos on YouTube, sort of give myself a break and to give my subscribers a break. I don't read court cards. Well, first of all, the deck that I use says right on it, Cancer, right? So there's no, oh, you know, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio on this. It just says Cancer right on it. Saves some time, and I think makes it easier for the client. But it need not always indicate a Cancerian person, right? That particularly with signs, that speaks of fourth house, intuition, right? The emotional home, creative water, that really this over that, that's saying that, yeah, perhaps you were following, you were getting signs intuitively. And what does that mean? Two people can hear a song on the radio. For one of them it clicks, the other one it doesn't. Both are intuition, right? No, not clicking with me, not feeling it, right? Not feeling it. So yes, this might be about a Cancerian sun, moon, rising, Venus, Uranus, Saturn, Pluto, who knows? But at this stage in the game, at the spread, you can either choose to identify this as a person, maybe someone in this relationship, we'll see what other cards come up, or you can see this as like, yeah, this hit home with me. These signs, they really spoke to me and it was undeniable. And that would make sense. That would bring you into this where you are on the path now with this card, Four of Pentacles, security as opposed to insecurity. So let's clarify that, please. By Masters, please, one card of clarification for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Where are they on the path of true love relative to October 2019? Well, security and sensuality, right? So you've got some S's going on there, that there is something secure and sensual. Now, does sensual immediately mean sexual? No. Here, I'll show you sensuality. The sense of taste, the sense of touch, the sense of the instant biochemical change that my physiology experiences with good coffee, right? It's more than just caffeine. To me, it's a way of life. So there is something sensual and something physically sensual going on here in this time of stability, of rest, of perhaps recharging batteries. So now we will look at this card of loss. Now, again, just want to say before I pull this card, because we're going to pull an angel card. We're going to pull one of the Healing with the Angels oracle cards here. That loss, it could be the loss of something that needs to be gone. And I'm finding that that's kind of what loss does from the higher dimensional perspective. It's time to go, it's time to go. Right where I live on Long Island, we have 4 seasons. I know not just the hotel, I mean the actual spring, summer, fall, winter deal, right? The wheel of the year, the pagan wheel of the year. 365 days around the wheel. Well, as much as it's hard to say goodbye to summer for me, because I'm a summer baby, all right, it's pumpkin spice time, but you know, we have to lose one thing for the next to come in, and gain and loss is not our fault. So let's look, maybe this is a positive loss, something that you're looking to get rid of, like a pattern or something. My angels, please clarify for this Aquarian collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Please clarify this card of loss for where they're going on the path of true love relative to October 2019. This is romantic loss. Sweethearts, I get it. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that someone's walking away. It might just mean the thrill is gone, right? The romantic part of it has been lost. I mean, even if this isn't, I'm going to take this out of romantic. It's so important for me as a reader, reading this many people, to give not just every scenario possible, but one that is a bit outside of the box. Like, what if you had this stability and this sensuality going on now? It could be about work. It could be about art. It could be about anything that you can have a romance with. Not yes, a person, but not necessarily a person. And now, honeymoon's over. Honeymoon's over. Go read a Cosmo. How to make the romance and spark back in your marriage. No, busting on Cosmo. I read it growing up because it was laying around. I read it. The women in my life read Cosmo in the 80s. What do you want from me? So romantic loss, yes, possibly, but my goodness gracious, if there's ever been one of the 12 signs that wanted strategic information about what's coming down the pike, it would be you, my Aquarians. So really enjoy. We're still getting a third line of information coming. But really, where you are right now, and I could see people just being like, why did I follow those stupid signs? Why did I trust? Because this is necessary, right? If you're going to only interpret this as the loss of a romance, then you might as well click off right now, thumbs down and unsubscribe, because I'm not necessarily feeling that. But with this beggar, this is starting to make sense, that the beggar may not have downloaded into your energy field left, but how will you deal with this loss? And by the way, let's get that third line down, and then we're going to get the 5D, the fifth dimensional higher self's perspective of all involved, with 3 of the Whisper of Love cards. We love those cards. So let's look here. So now we're going to clarify. We're going back to where you've been, right? We've got these signs with that Cancerian thing, definitely about the home and nurturance and intuition, right? Cardinal water, creative water, things that are born and created from that water. So please, my masters, one card of clarity. We've got a flipper. Sorry, flipper. Oh, they're dolphins. Flipper, flipper, flipper. Faster than light. The fast moving fucking dolphin. Faster than light. Wouldn't shock me, though, the size of their brains. All right. Please, my masters, one card of clarity for this Aquarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. Where have they been on the path of true love relative to October 2019? Considering that the beggar archetype is at work here in their alchemical system, that they've got signs and this Cancerian intuitive cardinal water thing. Please clarify what's going on with them. Ew, well, self-centeredness. Now, is this you? Is this them? Everybody goes there on the path, and that's not necessarily a wholly negative thing if you are in a place of healing. I know what it means to feel like mama, my three sons, baby, right? So that not self-consciousness, self-consciousness, not self-centeredness. Although, if you look at it, it's kind of sort of the same thing. So perhaps you were very self-conscious about how these signs and felt like, well, should I do this? I don't know. It's all on me. It's all on me, because only you can act on your intuition. And your intuition and your self-esteem, which is noted in the gold side of the beggar card here, right? Your authority to estimate your own self. Intuition and self-esteem are linked, right? Because when you get a hit, it's like, well, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could follow. Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Gosh darn it, do enough people like me? It's tricky. I know, particularly if romance is involved because of all the mythology around it and happily ever after. And, you know, look, I'm walking the path of true love with you. It ain't easy. And self-consciousness, it's like, it can feel like walking on eggshells. Well, am I doing any mistakes? Am I getting anything wrong? And now I'm hearing them. I'm hearing you, my masters. And that's why with this loss coming down the pike, you got to be like, what did I do wrong? I really did my best. I did my best. I did my best. I did my best. I did my best. That self-consciousness that now dealing with this loss of some kind, it's not about fault. And loss and gain are the same sides of the same coin. Loss and gain. Look that one up. Comment in the comment section down below if you know what movies that's from. The little Mel Brooks for you, but not a Mel Brooks movie, I think. Don't remember. Okay, let's clarify now where you are on the path of true love. Again, we've got this Four of Pentacles, security, with this card of sensuality, which just feels delicious. So let's really get, my angels, please, what's going on here? One card of clarity for this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. Where are they on the path of true love relative to October 2019? Healing. All right, good. So it might be that in the future then where you're going is you are releasing a romantic something, a loss of some kind. So you're really doing the healing. This is good, right? So your own sense of security comes, right? And sensual, like something that you can feel that's tangible in the five senses, in the physical body, with that card of sensuality and healing. And it's just really, really wonderful. So that's why I'm feeling like, I don't know how much this beggar archetype itself, how much alchemy is on here, because dependence on others to the exclusion of effort, here's the effort, the healing effort. It may not be yang, external, masculine force effort. It might totally be the internal healing, yin, feminine stuff. Just saying. Let's get a tarot card here. Let's really clarify. You know, this loss with romance. I mean, if I got that in a reading, I'd be like, okay, I'm shutting down for a day. I'm going to Pisces moon this. I'm either going to dive into the depths of it and heal it, or I'm just going to Netflix binge and eat Pepperidge Farm Nantuckets. Oh, those cookies have gotten me through more. No, not more than my soulmate friends, right? So let's look at this, please. Athena, the divine strategist, Heracles, the divine hero. Sense this path of true love is a hero's journey. Please, one card of clarity, grace, and guidance for this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. On the path of true love, where are they going on the path of true love relative to October 2019? This beggar archetype with some sort of loss in romance or romantic loss. What is this about? Please clarify. Oh, well, the Ten of Flames, the burden's over. Hava Nagila, it's a rite of passage. So whatever this loss is, it was definitely, you got it completed its cycle. So it's not completing and may have a happy completion. I mean, the Hora, yes, it is a dance of, it's a rite of passage, right? Where do they do it? Jewish weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. I've never been present at them danced any other situation, but they certainly don't do it for funerals. Nobody sits Shiva and does the Hora. My stepfather is Jewish. Zeus. I have a Jewish Zeus. There's probably a way I could blend those words, but let's not. Let's not have people drag me this early in my YouTube career just because I can put words together. So really, this is not bad. This might be the loss, a past loss that maybe you're getting ready, right? What does loss do? Make way for gain. What does gain do? Eventually it ages and it losses. That is the I just did a Facebook live stream on this because we're going into dark moon about decay, erosion, and renewal. That something comes in, it's renewal. We love the renewal. It's fun, it's exciting, and then over time you adjust to it, right? You adjust to its level. It becomes normal, and then it becomes old, and then it erodes, and around and around and around and around we go. That doesn't mean you've done anything wrong, but really, I gotta say, with the four, can I do this two hands? I think I can. Let's give it a shot. You don't know until you try, right? You're present going into the past here. Really, this Four of Pentacles, security and sensuality with healing. Yeah, this is about healing romantic loss. And just one who was trained how to deal with romantic loss. I mean, some of us have been on the romantic path since teenagers, depending on your age. And now I understand even younger, which is a little creepy for me, but whatever. That's why I don't have kids. I have cats. They just want their wet food, their temptation, some snuggle, and to look out the window, right? So I am feeling this for you. This need not be, and this might be the end of you having to beg for anything as you give to yourself that which no one else can give you, right? This healing so tantamount. So I'm just going to quickly clear these up so that I can lay down 4 more cards, the 4th card being your surprise, which if you've already watched the other signs, you know what the surprise is. So that's probably why you're still hanging in there. You want to see what that last card down is. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved. Now, the higher selves of all involved means your higher self, but the higher self of all of them, right? All the Aquarian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, but also anyone else involved, right? So please, I ask the higher selves of all involved, considering the sensitive nature of this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for October 2019 reading, considering that there's the beggar and romantic loss here and healing and signs and self-consciousness, like I get it. Please, a whisper of love. Where has this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign been on the path of true love relative to October 2019? Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. So look, the writing was on the wall, right? The signs were coming everywhere, and it was hitting you. Something was feeling off, right? Even if it first came off as a judgment, it's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I can't do this, right? And self-conscious, like, but is this me? Am I, you know, totally taking responsibility for things that are not yours? Like, intuition is the voice of your soul, often encased in judgment. So we repress the judgment, right? Well, am I being judgmental? Oh, no, I can't be judgmental. I might fall out of my vortex. And if I fall out of my vortex, no shade thrown on Abraham Hicks. It's what people do to Abraham Hicks. They're fifth dimensional and above, obvi, right? So get back to what you love. There was a real call to that. And what if get back to what you love is you, which is what is really feeling like what's going down here in the center part of that. So let's look at your present moment. Same thing, please. Aquarian, the higher selves of all involved with this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Where are they on the path of true love relative to October 2019? Practice compassion. I was going to say, are you kidding me? That makes total sense. See things from a different perspective. And how are you doing that? Right? Through sensuality, getting into your body. A little song, a little dance, a little yoga in them pants, right? Like, connect with the 5 senses. Go out in nature. That there is a security here for you that cannot be stolen. Yes, it's a minor arcana card. But when we're pairing that up with that healing card, really, there's a real healing for you, and it's based on compassion. And look, read His Holiness the Dalai Lama on compassion, right? Or, you know, whatever your spiritual / religious tradition is. Compassion is just part of any heart-centered path. So what is compassion? For me, it's I'm doing the best that I can, knowing that I don't know what's going on in the divine plan. And apparently, I'm not powerful or strong enough to fuck up the divine plan, so I'm going to cut myself a little break. I'm doing the best that I can. But then to extend that to others is where the magic really takes up, and so is everybody else. Nobody knows what they ultimately signed up for down here. And anybody who tells you, oh, I know exactly what's in every line of my sacred contract, walk away. Because that's not a mystic, that's delusional. Nobody knows ultimately, right? You can usually tell when a contract completes. Like, let's say, let's just play the game before I pull this one down. So let's say this is about you coming full circle, right? With a romantic loss, really being like, this is done, then there can come great joy from that. That's how you complete a contract. You do your end of it, particularly if it's a twin flame. Go watch the clarifying video I did, clarifying twin flame soulmates and true lovers, because my God, there's a difference between those contracts. Well, this I can feel. This is a twin flame soulmate divine connection relationship. Well, are they all the same thing? No. Twin flames burn. They're transformative. They're alchemical. And they usually can't give you what you need. You have to give you what you need. That's how they roll. I don't like it either. Soulmates, the satisfying. You know, so you're doing the healing you need. And let's get this puppy down. I know I'm running over. trying to keep these 30 minutes, just turned 30 minutes on my little timer. But let's do this. I'm doing this because I love my aquas. I love my water bears. One of my best friends is an Aquarian. 6'5" white German Shrek. He's the tech guy. Please, the collective higher selves of all involved with this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, where are they going on the path of true love? Considering the romantic and the loss and that 10 of flames, which is often about putting down a burden, right? The end of a tough cycle, but something manifested worth having. Please, one card of clarity, a clue, a tip of a hit. Where have they been? Where are they going on the path of true love? Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true, pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that perhaps you have been begging for someone's time, for someone's attention, for someone's affection, for someone's touch, right? That sensuality. Well, this feels a little bit feline circus going on here in Holbrook at Elysia. How much you want to bet that this is a little bit how Stella got her groove back, right? And that you are completing. You're saying, you know, I'm going through, I'm giving myself this compassion, right? I'm doing the best that I can, and so are you. This does not have to be a horrible, horrible thing. But then whatever this romantic loss is about, it might very well be triggered by you being authentic and saying, look, I love you. You're doing the best that you can. I'm doing the best that I can. But darling, I have to be authentic. This is how I feel. And to go back, that feeling might be, I need to get back to what I love. I need to get back to me. So then that loss really would be like a graduation, right? Like a full circle. Something to Hava Nagila about a wee bit. Let's get your surprise down. What we're going to do, and this, boy, maybe they just included this just for this reading. We're pulling one more Caroline Mace archetype for the other on your path here. Now I got one. That's helpful. Really, they showed me this spread. I did it for myself, and I was like, oh, it was so freaking accurate. It hit home. So let's do this. Last card down. I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved in this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus side read for October 2019. Who is the other in this relationship? Well, the mystic, the beggar and the mystic. Now look, I am a mystic. Tricky, because just on a pure surface level, you'd be like, oh, they're a mystery. If this is their soul power, or maybe this is your relationship with your own mystical journey, a part of your own. Remember, this can be any person, place, or thing, but that may be triggering you to walk the road of mystery, divine mystery, which the path of true love is all about, a divine mystical path, so that you become true love regardless of what anybody else is doing. So here we go, the light attribute revels in intimate union with the divine. And oh, my aquas, I live for that. I mean, really, I could hermit. I know everybody says the hermit card is Virgo. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but I'm okay. Like, I'm good at 9 of Cups. I'm good at Lord of Pentacles. I got my own. I don't necessarily need someone to hand me that extra cup, that extra pentacle. I'm good. Self-sufficient, right? Because I can close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, make a prayer, open, surrender, and feel the love of the gods, the angels, the masters, the higher selves, unity consciousness. And you know what? They don't ghost unless you're going through a dark night of the soulmates. I guess, is that divine ghosting? Are those the ghosts ghosting? Shadow attribute. Shadow attribute. Delusional rapport with the divine. So look, even if this is a person and they're just like, God told me I have to burn the house down. Brother Bosco, why'd you burn the house down? It was laughing at me. Judy Tenuta, yes, I studied Judaism. There might be something delusional going on here too. So really that you are able to express yourself authentically about what you feel and who you are. It might be the loss of something, but that loss, that erosion, will of course be replaced by gain, because that's the nature of this world. Until we are at the point in pure unity consciousness where we experience the implosion of loss and gain. But you can do that by saying, oh yes, the moment that that this loss happened was the moment I gained, and that it is simultaneously. Simultaneous. Well, my Aquas, I love you so much. I wish you here. I'll give you the prayer. May the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love in their relationships, where they've been, where they are, where they're going for the month of October 2019, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may reestimate, that they may find the authority of their own humility, their own compassion, right? And isn't that just there? Compassion, compassion, right there for you. May they be blessed with that for as long as they need, and may they be vessels and channels of all of that for all concerned. Blessed be the Aquarian collective. So it is. I love you, my Aquas. Rough read, but worth it. Please reach out. My info's in the description box. I get it. Been through it myself. So please like and subscribe if you're new, and reach out if needed. And I would go check out your path of true love for last month, and possibly even your twin flames, just to go have a look-see. Cool, cool. Thank you so much for your time. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.